Well, hello and welcome to Journey to the Chateau. It's exhausting.
Bonjour à tous, bienvenue à Journey to the Château de Colombes.
Und nun zu unseren deutschsprachigen Freunden, herzlich willkommen hier im Schloss von Colombes. Es ist ermüdend, wir sind viel passiert.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we are here today. Again, this is our grand salon. It's sort of a different angle than we've had before.
Yes.
This is our piano that's behind us, which was lovely donated to us by our patron friend, Florence.
Yes.
Yes, and it is covered by a gift that we got from a recent patron visitor.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
It's beautiful lace.
It is.
Italian lace. So it's quite lovely.
Yeah, it was Evelyn. By the way.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Evelyn.
Yes.
So Evelyn actually sold her house in the United States. She's moving to the Bordeaux region of France.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're kind of multiplying here, aren't we? Transplanted.
Yes. Yes. And so what we had mentioned on Friday that Donna, who is a patron of the Chateau, who has
Yes.
been here multiple times now, she has been here visiting us.
Yes. And Donna is a force of nature. I mean, that I don't know. She has so much energy, and she just comes in here like a steam roller and just goes.
Yes,
It's amazing, absolutely fantastic.
She is. And she was helping us out because this weekend, only a few days to go,
3 days.
is
And we're not ready. Just
it's the Heritage Days weekend this weekend. And we are still, every moment, we are working to get everything ready for that. And Donna was a great help.
Yes.
She helped us to do things all over the Chateau, including one of her own pet projects is our chapel at the
Yes.
Chateau. And so she actually helped us to stage the chapel,
Yes.
which was fantastic. And we also found out that she had never actually been in parts of the Chateau before. So we actually gave her a tour of the top floor.
the different tour.
A different tour, yes. She had never been there before. We didn't realize she'd been here multiple times and she'd never even seen everything.
No.
So we gave her a tour
She
of...
still hasn't seen everything.
Well, no, she hasn't. But we did give her a tour of the second floor.
This is so cool that they left all this back here. Unbelievable.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a cool
I mean,
bag?
It's so cool. I mean, honestly, what is in there?
that's paper.
Oh, wow. And then there's little, this is an old radio.
Oh, Hotel Grand Concord in Geneva.
Yeah. That's empty. Ooh, there's a really cool basket over here. And it's actually protected with a real heavy canvas cloth. Have you looked in here?
No.
That's empty. That's really cool.
That is nice,
You know
isn't
what?
it?
That would be great at the end of a bed. To put
Yes.
blankets in or something.
And there's look, that even
what is this?
has a this goes as a layer in between.
It's a pretty tile.
Oh wow.
So here's a newspaper clipping, and it is, doesn't probably have a date on it. No,
Oh.
there's no date on it.
What is this? Look at that, it's a cartoon.
I know, it's a little cat or something.
And look at this cabinet, how neat, how cute
I think
that
the
is.
cabinet is adorable, but it is definitely got some water. Well, oh, they used fabric in the front of it. That's kind of cool.
It's falling apart totally, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at that.
There are pictures in there.
What does that mean, Patrick? Chateau.
I have no.
You don't know what that
It's childhood pictures.
is? Yeah, are those childhood pictures?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's empty. Oh, that is actually, Stuart, we can restore that. It's really cute.
These are little dolls.
Oh my.
Look at that. This little doll has like
A
little
little
play
basket.
dolls. Yeah. And some keys.
What is that? Look at that.
Uh-huh. That's not that old though. You know, you were right. You said the kids used to play up here, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, that is actually. He's missing. Oh. That is.
Oh, he
And
was
that-
articulated.
That was an automaton.
Yeah.
What is that?
That is an
He had a little
automaton.
wind up.
Oh, okay.
We
Okay.
do this.
Cool. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Oh my gosh, look. There's a picture of Mary over there.
Where?
Where did that come from? Wow. Patrick, look. Notre Dame.
Fascinated by this stuff.
Of the infant.
Oh wow! Look at that.
What is this? 26, 1923. It's the same name that was on that picture that I just gave you. What does this word mean? Is this just the name of the chateau?
I don't know what it says.
It says Chateau. I'm sorry, guys.
Is it Chateau Roux?
No, see that? Searcher. That's the same.
Oh, that would be Chateau Neuf, so shit.
It says Château.
Okay, so that is the same thing. I think
in there.
that was on here. See, look. Chateau Neuf-sur-Cher.
And that's
It
our
was, yes.
our town.
That's where we
That's
go
your
for.
town.
That's our grocery store. Yeah, that's our largest town nearby.
Oh, okay, it's a town.
Yeah.
Abbey de Liguge. Well, we'll have to clean this up.
Yeah, let's get that cleaned up.
I'm gonna clean it up, you know, and
I think Donna has a project.
I think I do. This is awesome. The miracle of the chapel continues. All the things that we're
Isn't that
finding.
amazing?
It's amazing. This is wonderful. All right, let's take it downstairs.
To-
Make some more.
You have to do the molding, and then
Oh, that's easy.
Is that easy?
Sure. It's easier if you find like a band, the longest band,
this one.
and I can do like the whole thing all at once.
Ooh,
And then I
nice.
have like a whole strips I can replace and cut and piece it
Look,
together.
it's a tulip.
So
That's really nice.
Are those bugs? I think those are bugs.
That's like a bit under the glass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then it's
So we have to leave it for the time being.
right.
Oh, there's another one. Hurrah!
Here. Yeah, that's nice. I like it
It's
because it's
beautiful.
local.
Yeah, that is very true.
You know, it's part of the community. Is this in the church down? Like when you go to the market?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It has two little hooks already in it. So you can take it in there maybe and put it in the chapel for right now, huh? I guess. I can't believe we found that up there. That's awesome. Let me take it in here. Okay. It doesn't have anything to do.
No.
Alright. So we just want us to go up there and just want to film this.
Just to have it, yes, and we're trying to have a look.
Alright. Yep.
Soaking the chapel floor, wall and that wall there as well. So we've got some Zintex, which is like a galvanised mild steel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some slates over there, I believe, and slip it underneath these tiles. Nail it onto the chapel roof under these tiles, nail it onto this roof here, and then re-render over the top of the flashing.
Okay.
And then make a small gutter here so that the water empties out of this roof onto that gutter down there. But it's not a great deal of work. Sort these tiles out.
Okay. Is this part of the roof okay? This part?
Yeah, yeah.
Here we are.
Well, yes, we are. Back in the chapel,
Yep.
a year later.
Yep.
It doesn't look like much has happened, but things have happened. So there is progress in the electric wiring, which is hanging all around us. It looks a bit discombobulated, doesn't it?
It does.
We have an incense burner from the 18th century, which is from the Ducal Palace of Nevers, from their chapel. They're selling off things. We have and really old lanterns. We have
Right. This
yes.
one of them is here. So John is the electrician, and when I was here about 6 weeks ago, I donated some money for John to come over
Yes.
and start doing the electric. So he's been able to wire on each side when you walk in the chapel. There'll be one of these beautiful lamps, and they're not hung yet, obviously. But,
No.
yeah. And then as we don't want to show you, it's not that interesting, but there's wires coming in. So we're working on the electric. So that was a big deal and something that you both really don't like doing. So we have
Yes.
to hire that out. So that's been great.
Yes. And thank you for your support there. 'Cause
Yeah.
we couldn't do it right now.
Well, I've been anxious about this. And the last time I was here, I kind of told your subscribers, if they watched, that you both have been focused on trying to build spaces that you can rent
Yes.
so you can generate income, which I completely understand.
And the chateau needs to basically support itself at
That's
some
right,
point.
that's right.
And
So, but throughout that time, there have been some little bits of progress with
Yes.
the electric, outdoor lanterns. And if you look behind us, actually, right to my right here, Martin
yes.
and Margaret donated these. They're beautiful. They're an altar railing. So we were very confident that we can actually use those.
Yes, absolutely.
Describe how what we need to do to finish them off.
We will put a railing on it, which will be upholstered. So if people want to actually pray, they can kneel in front of it on a pillow, and it will be actually comfortable to put their elbows or forearms on it,
Nice.
and it will be on each side,
And
so
we
there
have
will
the
be
two
still the
kneelers.
opening.
Right, we have the two kneelers that I think you've shown in a previous blog, correct?
Yes, we got that in an
Behind
auction.
us. And then,
yeah.
of course, our lady, the Blessed Mother here, I call it the miracle of the hands. And I couldn't believe that vlog when you found her and she had no hands. And think about that, who else would buy her? But it was meant to be.
Yes.
Because she's perfect. And Stuart, you did a beautiful job.
Thank
with
you.
that. So then we have behind you,
Yes.
it looks like you picked up a beautiful, is that part of the 14 Stations of the Cross?
Yes. I think it's the 8th station. I only know that because they put an 8 on the back.
Okay. So the 8th station looks like Jesus is talking to the women of Jerusalem, right?
Yes.
That's I believe that's what that is. That's beautiful.
It's stunning. And
Yeah, we got that at an auction, right?
No, Brocante.
Oh, Brocante. Oh, that's even even
Yes.
better.
And it's the blue of it's just really.
It's a beautiful
stunning.
painting.
So, and it's I think it's 18th century.
That has me, I've been looking for all 14 stations. That's the perfect size because
Yes.
we don't want anything too big.
No,
But,
we couldn't put. No, that would not
So-
quite.
By any chance, is there an artist on the back of that or anything? Do you remember? Okay, because I thought we could look it up and see if we could find. But it's an original oil painting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Gosh,
The
I would
varnish
love
is
to
a
be
bit
able
thick,
to
and I
see.
need to restore that, but I will.
Oh, you know how to do that?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
yes.
of course you do. You know how to do everything. Anything.
Not quite.
I've been with
I-
these two guys
I'm
for 2
trying. I
days. There's
cannot
nothing
figure
we
out
can't
how
do.
to win the lottery.
Oh, okay, all right.
We got the candlesticks, and the candles are not the right size for it, but it's what candles we had, so we made do.
And then one of your subscribers and friends made this altar.
Yes, she's a patron, Irene, in Denmark, made this and she embroidered it.
It's absolutely beautiful, Irene. The gold. Oh, I just love it, and I cannot believe it's the perfect size. And of course, I asked, how did she know what size to make it? And you said we didn't give her any dimensions,
No,
but
she
Irene,
just did
you
it.
completely nailed it. So, and then we have a crucifix in the middle, which is beautiful.
Yes, and it
Hasn't been purchased yet, but
no, and it is from 1640, so it was
okay.
blessed the same year this chapel was built.
Okay.
So it is actually quite. I mean, the carving and it is really quite remarkable. The cross has been replaced because it was it was basically rot, and this was sold from a monastery. They a lot of orders are shrinking, so they sold this off because they wanted to do some charitable work in Africa, and so we have been given the option to buy it,
Okay.
but we don't have the funds to do it. It's
Okay.
not in the budget.
Okay.
So we need to see if we can raise funds for this.
Amongst other things.
Yes. Well, the estimate to restore the chapel is about 20,000 euros.
Okay.
The chapel used to have a steeple, which I did ask. No one knows where the original bell went. But we did purchase a year ago a bell that was for a school, and so you heard it ring. It's actually really lovely.
Really wonderful. It's the perfect size.
So we could reinstate the steeple. That would be lovely above us.
And Tony said he would do that, right?
Yes, he would build the steeple, and then we need to rent a crane to lift this up. Put on roofing. It's going to be a big one.
It always is when you add a bell.
And take the slate off, put it on, put flashing on, and secure it up. And so it's going to be interesting. Plastering, flooring. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. But so we need to source flooring. This had originally terracotta flooring, and then there was slate put on, which was repurposed from the chateau. There is wood, which is rot and doesn't belong here. So that's not going to be cheap because it's going to has to be old materials. We need the marble top for the altar.
Right.
That's going to be a custom piece.
Which inside the marble top will fit the original
The altar stone, yes.
altar stone with the relic, which if you can see the little red piece there in the front, that's the little
seal,
piece
yeah.
of wax or whatever where
Yes.
they sealed the relic. And you were able to recover that locally here?
Yes, so the brocanteur who was here to buy things that were in the chateau, he found this in one of the hallways and picked it up, and they said, oh yeah, just take it. And then Bruno, one of the sons, said he remembered that moment, and he called the brocanteur and said, do you still have this? And he said, yeah, just sitting here. And he told them about us restoring the chateau and restoring the chapel. And the brocanteur and his wife, they
gifted it back to the chapel because they said it needs to go back where it belongs.
Right.
It was really touching.
Right.
It's lovely.
So there's a marble, like a quarry locally, like close by?
No, we must probably, that will most probably be Carrara marble.
Oh, okay,
Or we use sandstone, that's also possible, but be a different look. I
okay,
think we need to do a bit more research in local chapels, what is appropriate for a chapel of this time, and then we go from there.
right, but it'll have to be custom.
Yes,
Right.
yes, very much so.
But you, yourself, you want to repair a little bit around it and do the painting?
Absolutely.
You have it in your mind? what
Yes,
you
Stuart
want?
and I are going to repair the plaster, but not every piece of plaster will be repaired. It's more, there are some little molding pieces missing. We leave that because it's 400 years old.
Right,
But when you come to the top, there are really chunks missing when they took the marble out originally. That we will fix. So
Right.
it's and blend it in.
you really
but-
want to blend it with the blues and the creamy whites.
Yes.
You kind of have a little technique that you've already thought about, right?
Yes. And now this chapel originally had actually, it's not that you know now, but it had a blue ceiling with gold stars in it. And we
Oh,
have
wow.
a reference for that from a chapel of this region from this same time period. So we know how this looked. And no, it's not going to be the ceiling that they have at Lalonde, because it's this chapel is 300 years older than the chapel at Lalonde.
Is
So
it really?
so it's a very different ceiling, but it's very unique. Or it's not unique, but it's very rare that this ceiling actually survived.
You know, I was talking to Martin, and he was talking about how this ceiling is so rare, and I said, really? You know, I didn't realize that. He goes, absolutely. The wood, the way it curves, the way
Yes.
it's vaulted like it is. And so when I walked in a couple days ago, I kind of took a different look at it, and I was like, you know what? He's right. This is quite amazing. And I think you and Stuart feel like you can restore that yourselves, right?
Yes.
Once we get this thing watertight,
Yes,
which Tony's going to do, right?
most probably this week.
Right. He said we were here 2 days ago when I first got here, and he and I got up on the roof, and he said, I can do this, and I'll do it in the next couple of weeks. So that's exciting.
That is.
So,
And it's going to be a job for at least 3 people.
right.
So it's going to be Tony, Stuart, and I up there shoving and pushing and maybe swearing a little.
So we're going to need to raise some funds. And I would like to personally reach out to all the subscribers and anyone who's passionate about this chapel to let you know that at some point you both are going to have a GoFundMe type thing where we can donate.
Yes.
And everybody that wants to donate can. You know, we're not sure exactly how we're going to recognize you, other than we talked about. You know, there's a couple of walls back here that when you walk in, you know, your name would be on a, you know, just a nice plaque. I don't know, you know, something we can add to.
And it is
As-
tradition in churches to have recognition of donors.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
is centuries old. I
Yeah.
mean, you can go to churches in England and France.
Yeah.
You go back 400, 500, 600 years, and there will be names of people who donated to the building or the restoration of the
Right.
church or chapel. Or so it's really quite appropriate in a way.
Right, but I think it's kind of neat to see all the different countries, you know, around the world of people that watch. And I've always said this, whether you're religious or not, this is a really beautiful space just
Yes.
to come and just have some peace.
To me, this chapel is actually quite a little miracle. It's really quite lovely.
You know, and they just keep happening. You know,
Yes.
to me, the Blessed Mother Mary that you found, and the way you washed her feet, and you fixed her hands, and I mean, I get chills just talking about it. But you know, when I first came here, I mean, this place was a chicken coop.
Yes.
Well, it was.
It was.
There weren't chickens
Literally.
in here when we
Not
when I
anymore,
found
but
it.
yes, at some point it was.
I know my friend Mary and I here were last summer, and it was just so awful that we got sick cleaning this out because it was just so bad.
Yeah.
And it's just now, you know, when you walk up here, it's just so peaceful. But I will say, I'm hoping this next year that we can hopefully accomplish a lot.
Yes.
And I look forward to not seeing that green mold on the wall anymore, which you
Hey,
can
that's
see.
moss.
Oh, it's moss.
Yes.
Okay. And continuing our search. So
Yes.
if any of you can help, we sure appreciate it. And you have our assurance that we would use the money wisely and keep track of everything and
Absolutely.
make sure it all goes towards the chapel.
Yes.
And we would love to have your name put up there to help honor it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we also want to thank Donna because we have the Heritage Weekend coming up. That Donna took the time to stage the chapel for us.
I
Yeah,
did.
So people can come here and see
I
the
did,
chapel as
yeah.
it is right now, and she made
Right.
it a beautiful place.
Right. One thing we didn't mention is the stained glass. We don't have glass on the window on this one. So when I came in here Friday, it was pretty dirty again. So I spent about 2 or 3 hours cleaning it up again
And some of
getting
that,
it
can we
all
just
done.
mention that was John because he made a mess.
John, who did not clean up. Yeah, John, the electrician, did not clean up. So, so we still have to do the stained glass windows. Is that something you're still going to do?
I'm still thinking about it. We need to get the regular windows in first because there
Yeah.
needs to be 2 windows in each window. There needs to be the regular glass window, and then inside of that would be the stained glass. So
Yes,
the
so
first
it's
thing
weatherproof.
the first thing is to weatherproof the chapel by
Yeah.
getting the clear ones in,
Yeah.
which is going to be more of a priority first, and then we'll see what happens with the
Yeah,
stained glass.
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
So the chapel clearly needs quite a bit of help. I mean, there's the water damage and moss growing on the inside. There are oak panels on the floor which do not belong there. There is slate which we need to remove. We need to source terracotta tiles that are this thick. I mean, so it's nothing that you just find in an average home.
Right, right.
And so Jesus is on loan. Hello, Jesus. I mean, just
How nice of him.
so. And so we will set up a GoFundMe site for this. I know there will be some of you who will roll their eyes and said, "Oh, I really don't want to." You don't have to. That's the point. It's for people who, and people have asked, can we contribute? So we're going to do this for the people who actually would like to do this, not for the critics, not for the people who say, "Oh, you shouldn't do this." Yes, we are, and it's actually historically very accurate to do this, especially for churches and chapels. So and then you put the names of the people who donated in a frame in the chapel. So
Right. So they get recognition. For
right.
their-
But I mean,
Right.
it's we haven't asked for anything from anyone, and the chapel is unfortunately something that does not generate any funds. So our next project upstairs for the winter, second bed and breakfast room, bathrooms, the second gîte, those are all just, we work for that and we pay for that. The chapel is a different story.
Right.
And that's why we're doing this, and we're going to set up a GoFundMe account. So please, if you hate it, just spare us, because it's okay that you don't like it, and it's fine.
Right. And we should have, hopefully we'll have more information about that on Friday. About,
Can we just say next Wednesday?
okay.
Please.
We will,
we have an open house.
Yes, we do have that. Yes. And just as a reminder, we only have a few days left before Heritage Days
3.
weekend.
I think I
Right.
need to remind you.
Okay, yes, you do. And of course, that will be our Friday episode, is all of the preparations that we're doing to be finished, hopefully, for the Heritage Days this weekend. Exactly. So, so that's it for this episode. If you like, please give us a thumbs up.
Like and subscribe and recommend us to your friends. There's a share button, that's that little arch or arrow, actually. It helps us tremendously, and we are growing, and we really appreciate your help.
We do. And if you want to support the renovation of the Chateau, you can join us on Patreon.
Buy me a coffee.
And we will see you on Friday.
Absolutely.
Au revoir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please use the like feature to let us know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our Journey to the Chateau YouTube channel if you would like to see more. Once you've subscribed, you can tap the notification bell in order to ring it, which will allow you to receive all notifications from our channel. Thank you.